I'm back from outer space. Nope. So lots of people like talking about how we could be space babies or star babies. I am a human baby. I mean, now I'm not a baby anymore, but I am a person. On that note, anybody who tuned into the other episode and the short, we're going to keep on talking about something. But if you don't tune into those, it's okay. And if you've never tuned into anything, my name is Maria. I am a 5D mystic, woo-woo lady, pseudoscience also, but I'm actually a person who's trauma-informed, somatic-informed, and I support people on their lovely inner growth journey because mindset, it's everything, and personal development is where that matters. And learning about so many different topics is amazing. And on that note, human, spiritual, and spirituality, bringing them together. A 5D person is oneness consciousness because the person knows how to use the integration of their brain. So integrated brain, to get here, obviously, first there's emotion regulation, building skills, experiencing your relationships minus drama. These are the 2 paid subscription-based model content subscription on the podcast for now, eventually on video as well, YouTube, once we get to our 1K. And that's going to be the focus of any of our episodes. So we're just going to look into, as we always do, something, but with a focus on, again, building your emotion regulation skills and how to handle, as the adult version of you, your relationships. That's why mine is the drama. The people who do drama, 4D collective, 3D collective, people who have other soul age group stuff going on, we're going to leave it alone. They basically are not their functional adult yet. That's why they have drama. Because when you're not a functional adult, your mind is not going to be flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable because the sensations that arise, your 3-year-old, the implicit memory, everybody has it, is not going to be something processable by the human being who owns the brain, you, and you're left. The chit-chatter is the one that actually already has a story for anyone who's never worked on their emotional stuff by themselves or with somebody. Remember, therapy is important. As Patrick Tiahan, childhood trauma survivor and therapist, he has a community. I mention him and will be continuing to mention him because he has a community. And he's a healed human being who talks about what it's like when you are healed enough from that. You can go and resonate and also see that people who are healed from their childhood trauma don't treat unconditionally loving human beings such as myself like shit. Because see, the people who do treat us like shit, they're not energy vampires, dark auras. My lovely 5D mystics know this. Apparently 4D likes to make it into battle of spiritual warfare and stuff like that, which is what we're dismantling. There's no warfare unless there's actual. And we unfortunately have things that we do need to fix on our lovely globe. Not the idea of there being entities coming out of the ground, which is where, again, 4D is at, versus recognizing the importance of good therapy, as well as the importance of the field of neuroscience. Thank you, Patrick McNamara, for his work on neuroscience and how he explains in his video on the whole demonic possession, there's no demon that possesses a human being. And I'm not going to talk about that one, but there's a video. It's on Well or Big Think, and it's Patrick McNamara. Look him up. And something about demonic possession. Put those in put the quotes. I'm sure it'll come up, or reach out. I'll send it to you, the link. So on that note, we don't need storytelling when it comes to human bodies. We want compassion. So Patrick Tiahan spells out what codependent type people do. They have low self-esteem, indirect communication. They also do passive aggressive. They think they know about boundaries, but they really don't. They do the power. Here's our adaptive child, because the brain's gone rigid because the emotions that came up created chaos in the body. Because your emotional disconnect is your body, not mine. And that's going to mean sensations come up that are uncomfortable. And when we see in movies people yelling, I'm going to go beat up Bill or Jeanette because she said that's the average bear. There are people who it's not just that. There's so much more. So this is why taking it seriously doesn't mean getting rid of entertainment. It means understanding the updated mental health community's verbiage, which is when you are being in a rigid form, you don't have an integrated brain. You're not the optimized human being version of you because you're not even the optimized healthy version of you because you're not in your ventral vagal nervous system. So you can do all the yoga you want. You're not using your prefrontal cortex when you're yelling about Bill or Janet. Actually, your frontal lobes are squished down. So When there's childhood trauma, it means that there's also attachment wounds, and there's a lot of other aspects that are a lot more important, which is why, again, therapy is important. And those who actually know this, they know it because they will feel it. Now, they will be aware of themselves and they will want to tend to their well-being, which is why they won't come and say, let me point a finger at humanity and at people and say it's the external. They're going to take ownership of the hurt because they want to. And then they're also going to take ownership if they hurt another because they want to. Because they're like, I don't want to hurt another person. I want to hurt myself. They disengage from storytelling of, oh, there's demons and devils. Or, oh, don't you know? So here, Russell Coates. Amazing, amazing, also therapist. Anybody who wants to manage their anger, I highly suggest this. He uses compassion-focused therapy to calm your rage and heal your relationship. So he shares how he goes to prison to do, I forget what, of compassion-based therapy, obviously, but the prisoners say to him, don't you know that we're the scum of the earth? Do you think we're going to learn from you? They use these words. Because, see, that's how people refer to them. I mean, does anybody remember the Middle Ages? That's exactly what I see when I see people out there who want to talk about themselves being educated, and yet they're out with pitchforks, yelling at, they're all rigid minds. None of them are using the optimized human version of them. You'll see them doing yoga. Yes, you'll see them doing a lot of things. You won't see them being able to actually understand you're a human and I'm a human. And if you're hurting another human, that's not your humanity. So you can create all the stories you want. I'm going to leave you alone with your stories. So the people in prison, I don't know how they responded to what he says and what he shares, but he says this is where the shame Teflon bag, they deflect anything that is good because their defectiveness is here. I'm broken. That's the childhood trauma that Patrick Tian points out. You can't just cure with some magic little wand with the holistic people who say, don't go to therapy and come do a shamanic ritual. No. You can do your ritual. Do know about good therapy, please. Do know about the implicit memory. Do know about explicit memory. Do learn about how your brain works versus thinking about Reiki. I'm a Reiki practitioner. I have never once thought, I'm going to heal someone. No, in fact, you know what I love? I love when I work with people because they're all independent thinkers. I had one of my lovely individuals who does do therapy. And the minute I talk to them about Reiki, they're like, but wait, I don't want you to clear anything from me. I want to take ownership of my stuff. I was like, that's beautiful. Because see, taking ownership is beautiful. That's what it's called to become your functional adult. And it's just human 101. So mysticism isn't a special gift. With the 4D talking about anointedness, it's all people who don't have the healthy self-worth, meaning I'm not superior, inferior. I don't need no special gift to be a person. That's because they don't know that their attachment system still longs to be seen, to be soothed, to be safe, to be secure. And here's our codependent types. Let me change you. Let me fix you. Let me be the martyr or superior. Let me self-blame once I didn't fix. There are mystics that I know, they're 4D. They gave up, and I say quote unquote, because really it's a whole conversation we can have in one of the other podcast episodes on differences between 5D and 4D and 3D. But they disengaged from clairs because they got vilified and accused and treated in a certain way. One, some by their family members. Two, in other cases, they did not prevent whatever cataclysm that they think they should have. This is the infant of them. Mommy, daddy, let me soothe you. And this is childhood trauma. And these are attachment wounds. And so people talk about their clairs like they're magic. They're not magic. Love, science. Science is magic that works. Neuroscience, consciousness, the scientific methodology, mental health community with all of what they've found. A person can achieve the optimization of their own inner world by doing a relationship with these sensations that arise, right mode, with your little chit chatter, left mode. Good therapy can help you, and holistic practices can support. Those who are responsible will inform you of that, and we always pay attention to our nervous system because it will tell us if we need to talk about the psychoeducation and about other options to bring to personal development. So the enlightenment journey is straightforward, and I think we're going to have one more episode. This is the second one. The third one, I want to focus on some content for you. But on that note, please take seriously the aspect of how people react to those who are compassionate, and just leave it alone with love and kindness. We don't walk in their shoes. Okay, so tune in to the podcast for other episodes on relationships and emotional regulation, and have a great day.